Dear Boomers, we are your children and grandchildren. We have grown up in a world that reflects your values and influence. We understand you, but do you understand us? You were the first children of the global world, and the United Nations and nuclear apocalypse are as normal to you as computers are to us. You were the first generation to grow up with television, with mass media in every home. You were the first teenagers, a life phase literally invented by marketers. You were the generation that was going to change the world with your protests, free love, and camera-ready sound bites. You were the first perfect consumers for the giant corporations that now dominate the world. You defined yourself by brand loyalties, desperately followed fads, and measured yourself by your toys and bank accounts. You bought into their labels and their dichotomies, all defined by the same mass media and corporations. Did you ever wonder if maybe these puppeteers had something to be gained by strictly controlling your options and keeping people divided? You think you understand us, but you don't. You think in terms of Republican or Democrat, liberal or conservative, communist or capitalist. They're labels. You don't understand us at all. Because we don't fit into your world. Your world never was. It never reflected reality. It was always a manufactured product. And you, the loyal consumer, defended your brand like a religion because that's what it was, a cult. But we don't want your cult. We don't want your choices. We don't want your corporate masters. We don't want your television world. What we want is different. We want a world that's natural, not artificial. We want a world that's sustainable, not cancerous. We want a world that's not for sale because we are not for sale. No more slavery. No more slavery of a billion desperate people by global companies colluding with corrupt governments and trade deals that destroy the environment to support your consumerism. No more slavery of the working class who have no stability or security and work more now than their ancestors did before any labor laws or bogus human rights initiatives. No more slavery of able-bodied welfare recipients who have been taught to throw away their dignity and self-sufficiency in favor of rationalized dependency on a state that uses them like pawns. No more debt slavery forced on the people through too-big-to-jail multinational banks. No more fractional reserves and make-believe money. No more usury that pretends wealth made off intentionally created desperation and vulnerability is anything other than criminal and wrong. And no more slavery of the consumer whose addiction to chasing commercialized pleasure is completely dependent on them never being content, no matter how distracted by entertainment, sports, drugs, porn, fashion, games, cars, and careers. No more pollution. We don't need the trash, the smoke, the noise, the plastics, the mines, the runoff, the spills, the sickness. We don't need slave-made toxic solar cells or batteries to replace fossil fuels because we don't need more cars, power plants, and war machines. We don't need to make greenwashing capitalists richer buying carbon credits and $5 fair trade espressos grown thousands of miles away. We don't need giant, sterile, concrete cities with millions of unhappy, lonely people who don't know or trust their own neighbors, much less the farms that feed them. We don't need GMO, artificially enhanced frankenfood grown with petrochemicals that scorch the earth and poison the ocean. No more technophilia. We need a world with less technology, not more. The problems of overpopulation, pollution, alienation, consumerism, and industrialized slavery are caused by technology, not solved by it. We will not trust Monsanto or DuPont or Pfizer or Exxon or Microsoft to save us with solutions dependent on their chemicals, drugs, vaccines, software, and toxic promises. We want real human communities, not virtue-signaling popularity contests on data-mined social networks. We want technology we can make ourselves and give to our children, not things that need a 10,000-mile supply chain and endless refills. We want children growing up learning that their heritage, individuality, and nature matter, not going to mass indoctrination camps that masquerade as schools so that they can be made to think, vote, work, and feel exactly alike. No more globalism. Globalism is the enemy of localism. It's the erasure of culture, and it's opposed to everything that really makes people people. We want the world to be diverse, not some forcibly integrated, homogenous global city where every color, every culture, every personality is made into the same white bread consumers. We don't want your nature-denying edict that everyone is the same, everyone is equal in every way, where everyone sings Kumbaya and salutes the same global flag. We celebrate and respect differences. We accept that people are tribal and distinct, that we all naturally favor our own kind because life is not just about our individual gratification. We want no more world wars and imperialism, which are all started by the filthy rich and fought and suffered by the poor. No more pretending that a book is more true or real than nature. No more following Abrahamic cults that worship a murderous, rapacious, genocidal, and insane God. No more chosen people, crusades, and blood for Israel or Allah. No more universal edicts, theocracies, circumcisions, inquisitions, prophets, popes, Puritans, jihadists, and Zionists to follow into a self-aggrandizing apocalypse. No more lies. We are different. Nature is our guide. Life is our religion. Family is our nation. Honor is our law. We are the next generation, and we are not for sale.